Episode 301, AI for Finding the Cheapest Fuel Prices in 2026. Good day. I'm your host, Robin. And today I want to talk about fuel prices, something that affects the daily life of almost everyone who drives a car, and that has been a source of genuine financial stress for a significant proportion of households over the past several years. Petrol and diesel prices fluctuate in ways that are not always easy to predict or understand, vary significantly between stations, sometimes only a few streets apart, and add up across a year to an amount that is meaningful in most household budgets. In 2026, AI tools have made finding the cheapest fuel in your area at any given moment straightforward, fast, and genuinely useful. And today, I want to walk through how these tools work and how to get the most from them. Imagine you are on your way home from work, and your fuel gauge is hovering uncomfortably near the red. You need to fill up today. There are 3 petrol stations on your usual route home, and you have a general impression of which one is cheaper. But you genuinely do not know whether that impression is accurate at this particular moment, because prices can change significantly from week to week, and your last careful look at the prices was some time ago. You stop at the one that feels right, fill up, and drive home. It is only later, perhaps when a colleague mentions they filled up at a station 10 minutes out of your way for 12 cents less per liter, that you realize your casual impression cost you a few euros you did not need to spend. Multiply that across every fill-up for a year, and the total is not trivial. AI-powered fuel price apps eliminate the guesswork entirely. Apps like Gas Buddy in North America, Cheap Fuel Finder and Fuel Map in Australia, and Tankschlau in Germany, and the fuel price features built into apps like Waze and Google Maps aggregate real-time and crowdsourced fuel price data from stations across your area and present it in a clear, usable format. You open the app before you stop to fill up, you see the current prices at every station within a reasonable distance, sorted from cheapest to most expensive, and you make an informed decision about where to stop. The difference in practice between the cheapest and the most expensive station in any given area can be significant. In many markets, a spread of 10 to 15 cents per liter between stations in the same town is common, which translates to 5 to 8 euros difference on a 50-liter fill. Over the course of a year, for a household that fills up weekly, the saving from consistently choosing the cheapest available option is genuinely meaningful. The AI component of these tools goes beyond simple price aggregation. Price prediction features, which several of the more sophisticated fuel apps now offer, analyze historical price patterns at individual stations and across regional markets to forecast whether prices are likely to rise or fall in the coming days. Fuel prices are influenced by crude oil market movements, refinery output changes, seasonal demand patterns, and, in some markets, by weekly cycles that are statistically predictable. An AI that has been trained on large datasets of historical price movements can identify these patterns and give you a useful forecast, not a guarantee, but a better-than-chance prediction of whether today is a good day to fill up or whether waiting a few days is likely to save you money. In markets where weekly price cycles are pronounced, Australia's petrol prices follow a relatively predictable cycle that AI apps have become quite good at mapping. This prediction is genuinely valuable. Route planning integration is a feature that several navigation and fuel price apps have developed, and it is particularly useful for longer journeys or for drivers who cover significant distances regularly. Rather than stopping at the first petrol station when you need fuel, an integrated route and price tool can identify the cheapest station within a reasonable diversion from your planned route. Calculate whether the diversion cost in time and fuel is offset by the price saving at the cheaper station, and suggest the optimal stop. For long-distance drivers, particularly those in commercial roles where fuel represents a significant operating cost, this kind of optimized stop planning can represent substantial savings over time. Loyalty program integration is another dimension where AI has brought useful intelligence. Most major fuel retailers operate loyalty programs, and the effective price of fuel after loyalty point accumulation and redemption can differ significantly from the posted pump price. AI fuel apps that track your loyalty memberships calculate the effective per liter cost after factoring in your typical point accumulation rate, and incorporate that into their price comparisons, give you a more accurate picture of the true cost of fueling at different stations than the posted price alone provides. Vehicle efficiency is the companion factor that AI tools are increasingly incorporating into fuel cost advice. Knowing the cheapest petrol station near you is one part of the fuel cost equation. Understanding how your driving behavior is affecting your fuel consumption and what changes would reduce that consumption significantly is the other part. AI driving analysis tools built into some vehicle systems and navigation apps can track your acceleration patterns, braking behavior, speed choices, and idling time, and tell you specifically how each of these is affecting your fuel efficiency. Smooth, steady driving, avoiding hard acceleration and anticipating stops early to reduce braking, can improve fuel consumption by 10 to 20% in typical driving conditions. That improvement in efficiency, combined with consistently choosing the cheapest available fuel, compounds into a saving that is worth taking seriously. The honest thing I want to acknowledge is that the fuel price apps are only as accurate as their data, and data freshness varies. Crowdsourced prices are accurate at the moment they are reported and can be stale if no one has reported that station's price recently. The most useful apps are the ones with the largest and most active user communities in your area, because the data is more consistently fresh. In rural areas with fewer users, the data may be less reliable than in cities where many people are updating prices regularly. Checking the timestamp on a reported price before driving out of your way to a specific station is worth the extra second. Next time, we will talk about how AI can help you learn chess faster, because chess is one of the most rewarding games you can invest time in, and AI has made the learning resources available to any player genuinely extraordinary. Have a wonderful day.